Hello everyone, Karan here from Tech Trips, and today I'm bringing to you a review of this box. Well, I mean, what's inside the box. Actually, not even inside the box, I've already unboxed it. This is just for showpiece, nothing more than that. It's a 29-inch ultra-wide monitor, and it's called the 29WN600. I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, 29WN600 monitor, and this is by far the best 29-inch monitor that you can get from LG at a decent budget. And if you look at the pricings, this is not exactly a gaming monitor, but I'll be using this for gaming. There are gaming monitors that are cheaper than this, but I just don't like the design of it, and I would completely avoid it. Now, you would be guessing, why choose an ultra wide monitor for gaming, right? All that problems are there, lack of support for ultra wide, and lower refresh rate. You get only 75 Hz versus you could have gotten 144 Hz, and a 27-inch screen, giving you maybe a slightly taller display than what I have currently at 29 inches. And you also get better VA panel, which is more brighter in nits. But of course, then there's the problem of the viewing angles, which are much better in the ultra wide, and you get higher refresh rate, better millisecond response time, all of those good things. But I still went for this for some particular reason. But before we get into this, let me give you a quick unboxing and how I did the whole fitting. Let's get into it. Before we go ahead with the full review, I'll just talk a little bit about what all are there in this display. Now, this display, if you look at it, it's 29-inch, it's completely widescreen, and this has a white rear, well, mildly putting it. It has a white back panel, which makes it extremely likely for getting dirty. It's already slightly dirty now, and I can just imagine what the ages will do to this white background. And the entire construction is all plastic. Even the stand, this might look like metal, but that again is plastic. Good quality plastic. And this screen is rotatable like this. You can rotate it like this, and then you can rotate it like here. So sorry, just tilt, not rotate. So there's tilt angles available over here. Many people get confused at whether this is there or not. Again, if you look at the whole desk, this is big. It is big. Definitely it is big, but it's not extremely huge. I have a 4 feet wide table, and it actually fits my desk pretty well. I have my laptop, as you can see over there. I have got my keyboard, my phone, my some remote controls and all that over here, and with my mouse, and there's enough room for putting, in fact, even another laptop if I so choose to. Maybe I can take out the headphone and then put it over here. So that's a little bit about this. This comes with 7x2 Waves Max audio speakers fitted into the monitor, which is another very big reason why I spent the extra money to get this, because you could have gotten something similar for maybe slightly lesser value. I bought this for 18,500 rupees, and you can get ultra wide monitors with almost equally good quality for 17,000, with some omissions like lack of HDR and lack of speakers. So I think this was definitely worth the money. Coming to other things, this is an IPS panel, not a VA panel, so this it's really wide viewing angles. You can look at it from any side and get really good viewing angles. Now coming to the display, this is where it gets really awesome and really impressive. Let me just show you the settings over here. You can see the resolution, that is 2560 by 1080p, and of course at 100% resolution. Let me just focus a little bit here, and it is 2560 by 1080p. And if you'll go to the advanced display settings, you'll get to know that this is a 75 Hz panel at 8 bits. So you can see over here, it is 74.991 Hz at 8-bit and RGB, and of course it also supports HDR, which I have not done right now. We are only using SDR, because what happens with HDR over here, for some reason the panel gets like really bright. So the moment I turn, so if I click on HDR right now, you are actually able to use HDR over here, but for some reason the panel becomes extremely bright, and I'm not that huge a fan of HDR in that way. So I prefer SDR for now, but of course if you want to use HDR and if you have content that is using HDR, you can always turn that on from this monitor. Now other thing that you will want to know is that how does it game? Are there enough games that support HD, that support this weird resolution or not? So I tell you what, I have games that are quite old also, from Rise of Tomb Raider, that is 2015, Max Payne, I think this is 2011-10. All of these are supporting widescreen resolution, ultra wide resolution very easily, so there is no problem on that front at all. So that challenge doesn't come. Now if you're wanting to watch Netflix or YouTube, now that will be slightly a bit of a challenging thing, because YouTube doesn't let you adjust the aspect ratio as such, so that becomes a very big challenge. Now there are ultra wide videos and trailers in specific, but that's a different thing. Now but if you plan on downloading from Pirate Bay or from somewhere else, some other sites, which you shouldn't, but if you are planning to do that, this is perfect, because this will give you that perfect calibration and that perfect widescreen format to actually check out those movies. Now let me do one thing, let me give you a test of the sound quality and the video quality, how it looks like while playing back our widescreen video. So let's just get into it right now. The reason I'm doing it all live right now in front of you, so that you can have an experience of how it actually feels. I will just bring this down a little bit. Okay, and I think this should do it. Yeah, this should do it. So let me put some movie trailer. I'm sorry guys, that's just my pet. He has got a new toy, so he's constantly playing with his toys. So let me put this Alita Battle Angel.
You told me the story of the war.
Hold on, let me put this on full volume, okay?
And the ground shook and the sky burned. Of the ones that survived, who awoke to a different world, where the powerful prey on the weak. But that's not the way it has to be.
When I found you, your very human brain was miraculously intact.
It's the loneliest feeling not to know who you are.
In time you'll remember. My God. She's the last of her kind. She contains technology.
I mean, you're saying.
Vida, some things are better left forgotten.
And I'll find out for myself.
Alright, so you got a little bit of an idea about how the video looks like and how the audio sounds. So that was mostly for that. Now we'll do some gameplay test and see how games actually look in it, and post that we'll do a test and see how does editing documents actually feel like on an ultra wide, because at the end of the day this is best for two specific things. And let me get the toy away from my dog again. Bad dog. Alright. So he's generally always there when I'm editing these things. But yeah, so we'll do a document editing test and how it looks, having two different things split screen. And after that we will see how Filmora works. So video editing works. I use Filmora, but you can use other video editing tools as well, and see how does your timeline look when you're editing. We are playing Forza Horizon 4, and you can see that right now it is letterboxed, and this is how you will actually get to see this game. So I am just using my controller and we are connected. Let me zoom in a little bit. If you check out the options over here, under video you can see we are at 2560 by 1080 resolution, and we are locked at 75 FPS because I'm using vertical synchronization VSync. And if you see advanced, we are at extreme settings. Alright, so as you can see, this game is running awesome. We are at the maximum threshold of 74 FPS, 75 FPS, and this game looks fantastic. As you saw in the menu, it is letterbox, but the moment the game starts, this becomes fully widescreen, and there is no customization optimization that you need to do. Nowadays games very readily support ultra widescreen formats, and if you're not playing competitive like CS:GO or Apex Legends, then this frame rate is perfectly playable, 75 FPS. Especially in games like Assassin's Creed and all that, you are not even expected to go beyond 60-70 FPS. So that's not a problem, and I don't do competitive. So maybe if you're not into competitive gaming, this monitor is perfectly fine for you. But if you are into competitive gaming, then I'll say that then also this can prove useful to you because of the wide viewing angles that you can see on the left and right that you would have not otherwise seen in a regular 16:9 monitor. So there's additional periphery that you can see. So at least for me, this game looks really good. And of course there's also support for HDR, so that brings in that additional level of depth. I agree that it's only 250 nits of brightness, but I don't know what they have done, but the colors are really beautiful because it is of course 99% sRGB color accurate. So of course that's why the colors look really good, really vibrant. I think that's what I'll say. If you're not doing competitive gaming, for which you need a 16:9 monitor with really high refresh rate, this is really good to go. There's absolutely no input lag that I can feel. I can tell you that there is some difference from 1 millisecond to 4 millisecond. There is some difference I can make out, but the difference is so negligible that the whole experience actually negates that thing. So that's the reason why I didn't go for that. I wanted something cinematic and something to make you feel grander than regular life. And the reason I didn't go for a curved 21:9 monitor is because that was proving to be very expensive, almost double of this cost. So I didn't want to spend that much money. At 18,500, this is really great. There are other LG monitors that you can get for 16,000, 16,500, but there are problems. One of them, I think the gaming one, really looks ugly. It's colored red, and it's got like massive bezels. Like this one has literally no bezels on the sides. That has massive chunky bezels on everywhere, and it gives you a very ugly and plasticky feel. So I didn't go for that. Although that has 1 millisecond response time, so that's faster than this. But I'm fully willing to sacrifice that for better sound quality that I can get out of this, and that HDR10 that I'm getting. So I'm fully willing to So guys, there's another thing that I wanted to show you all. There are various picture profiles that you have. So custom, vivid, HDR. With this, the game looks really smooth. This is more of a reader mode. This is for cinematic, first person shooter, real-time strategy, color weakness. This looks really good with HDR effect. The game really shines, and let me show you a gameplay with HDR effect turned on. The game looks ultra bright. I don't even think the camera is being able to do justice to it and capture it to that level. Yeah, I really doubt it's being able to do that. Let me see. Yeah, but the game looks really beautiful with HDR effect turned on. And because this also supports HDR10 plus. I don't know how they did it with the 8-bit panel. Generally you need at least a 10-bit panel. But it does support HDR10. So that is another thing. Okay, let's get on to another game. So alright guys, we are playing Crysis at high settings, and 2560 by 1080. You can see HDR is turned on, and this game I have been playing till now is running amazingly, and we are going to reach that epic scene where you have that whole reveal of the map, and it's just breaking daylight right now. And I can tell you guys, HDR does make a difference when playing in this game. Crysis is running amazingly well. Again, I'm using a joystick to do the whole gameplay. Again, this camera is not being able to capture it. I can see blurry lines and everything in the camera, but none of that happens on the screen actually. And just look at how it looks. Oh god, it's looking gorgeous. I have never seen Crysis look this good, even on my laptop screen. It actually makes a world of a difference. And especially with that whole wide viewing angles, it's just something majestic to be looked at. And if you all are interested in me doing this whole ultra-wide gameplay thing, let me know guys. I'll be very interested to do it, and I can record it with my camera. But let me know. But yeah guys, with HDR it's another level. It's just at another level. Let's blow some shit up. The game feels spectacular. in the screen.
DLC is overrun. Psycho and I are moving to the signal location. Nomad, there's a checkpoint marked in the hand of the valley, so deal with that first. Transmitting the coordinates now. Good job. Tech system back online. Proceed to the OZ.
So we are going to check out Filmora, and that is a video editing tool, and how does that actually look like in this, because that is the perfect use case of productivity for this monitor. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that is it. And what I'll do is I'll click on new project. Actually, sorry for that. I'll click on new project and let's click on sample videos. So now you can see that I have a huge space for actually checking out my items, and I can be doing a whole lot of things at once. Now I could very well be doing my video editing over here. Like, this is generally the space that you have, right, for video editing. And along with that, I could be also watching a YouTube video over here. So you can actually be doing two things simultaneously, or you can actually have your folder open over here from where you need to import your files and everything and do your video editing. So, you know, pretty straightforward. You could be doing something over here and you can actually be editing something over here. So then this becomes your perfect use case scenario for ultra wide monitors. Like, you're editing over here, you're watching something over there, or maybe, just maybe, if you want to do multiple work tasks. So you could be editing over here, you could be watching something over here, and probably, just maybe, if you're into that, you might be making some notes over here. You know what, let's give it a little bit more space, and see, there you go, a perfect workspace for you. And you don't really need two different monitors to achieve that. You can actually be doing that pretty smoothly over here. You can be watching something, you can actually be typing something over here, and you can very smoothly be editing your videos over here, adding effects, adding transitions, and yeah, this looks pretty solid, right? I hope you all like this game and the style of gameplay that I did right now. And tell me, how was your experience, and you know, if you want me to do more such gameplays in the future, I'm more than willing to do it. Okay, right now I'm getting attacked. Leave that. So I'll also tell you a few more things. There will be links in the description to buy any of these monitors that you all want. And If by any chance you're interested, I keep on repeating myself, sorry for that. For more such gameplays while playing on the ultra wide and me recording on the camera, let me know, and I'll definitely be interested to do that. But I think for now we can wrap this up. If there are more questions, leave them in the description. I might do a long-term review or maybe a short-term, more in-depth review answering your Q&A. And let me know, guys, how does this look actually, and is it worth it in your opinion? Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.